What is up, guys? So this is continuing on from last video where I pulled the motor out of the Outback. I was gonna put all this in that video, but I figured I might as well make another video because that'd be way too long. So in this video, I am going to be showing how to remove the heads from a complete, it's a single overhead cam Subaru 2.5 liter motor. This will be all the same for all 2.5 or all single overhead Subaru motors. So the very first thing we are going to do is remove the intake manifold. That's a pretty simple job, so I'll show you what's going on. What we're gonna have to do, so there's 4 bolts on each side. I don't know if you can see them down there. I'll try to brighten it up. So they are all 12 millimeter heads. There's 4 on each side. Then there'll be some wiring here. Here, you gotta remove the PCV from the block and obviously pop off the spark plug boots out of there. Pop off that side. What I am about to do right now is take off the 4 bolts on each side. So they're all 12 millimeter heads, like I mentioned earlier. It's a bit too tight for the impact to pop off. I think this battery's dying. Okay, now that we got that off, we're gonna work on pulling some wiring. So there's this brown plug back here. It's for the knock sensor. Pop that off. There's this hose right here. Grab some pliers and disconnect that from the throttle body. Hope that background noise isn't too bad. So there's that. Got a plug in here. One here. You know what? I don't think you gotta remove those. Yeah, it's all gonna come off with the harness. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these wiring connectors off. I'm gonna close the door. That's annoying. Hopefully that's better for you guys. Not as bright, but. So pop off these 2 wiring connectors here. There's that one. And there's those. Now we got the PCV valve. It's a positive crankcase pressure valve down there. Go ahead and pop that guy off. I'm gonna grab a longer flat blade for that. So there's that. There's another hose here we gotta pop off. I really hope that background noise isn't too bad. You know what, I'm just gonna pop this whole thing off so I don't gotta take this pipe off. Actually, it's not gonna do anything. I gotta take this pipe off, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna just take it off from both ends because I gotta pull the heads anyway. There's that. That looks like everything on the back side. Okay, I'm gonna go around to the front side now. So for wiring up here, we have the crank position sensor, oil pressure sander, pull that off. This is gonna have to come off this mount. Just pull the bolt for that guy. And over here, there's a cam position sensor here. And that same wiring plug-in for the O2 sensor. Okay, we should be close. We'll know when you pull the intake up. Oh, we got a wiring connector here. What is that, a water temp sensor? It looks like. Okay. Don't mind a creaky tripod, I probably should upgrade someday. Just like that. So go ahead and set this somewhere clean. And that's how you pull the intake off. Now we gotta pull off the timing components. So we gotta pull this crank pulley. If you don't have a big impact to loosen this up, I suggest you buy one. Or else you're gonna have to hold the crank on the backside somehow and use a brake bar to pop it loose. So I'll impact that off. It's a 22mm socket. Hopefully my battery's good to go. Come on. Wiggle it off of there. Like that. And now we're gonna pull off the timing cover. So this timing cover is all 10mm socket, or 10mm heads. This is 14 bolts. I actually just did the timing on this motor, and then I went and drove it and noticed the clutch is slipping, so that was a kind of shitty ordeal. So this timing cover's off to the side. Now we're gonna have to pull off this timing belt. So, first thing I'm actually gonna do is loosen up these cam bolts, or the cam gear bolts. So it looks like a 17mm socket. I right? Ooh. Don't pull them off, just loosen them up. Like that, and like that. Now, I guess this is, I don't think it's the interference motor, so I don't have to worry about putting it top dead center for anything right now. But we're gonna pull off the timing belt, so cam, we're gonna pull off this pulley, and then to get that off, we can pull this off, which is the tensioner. I'm gonna sell these to the side because they're all brand new still. I'm not replacing these right now. And I might as well just pull everything, all the pulleys off. One more pulley. Pull the belt off. I'm gonna keep all these in a good place so they don't get messed up because they're all still brand new. Got about 2 miles on them. Okay, now we can pull these cam gears off. Remember what side goes where. I usually just keep everything on this half of the stand and everything on that half of the stand for that side of the motor. Looks like that cam seal is leaking. Pop off this guy. Now we are ready to pull this head off. I guess I need to take off this lower timing cover, or this inner flapper. Okay, so I'm gonna rotate the motor like that. And let's reposition this camera. Did I get enough angle there? Hope so. Alrighty, so there's this little bracket down here. You don't have to pull it off, but you might as well. It's 2 bolts. Cuckoo. And now the valve cover. 5 10mm bolts. Leave the bolts in the valve cover. I'm gonna get this camera off the cardboard so it doesn't keep flopping around. How's that? Should work. Okay, rubber mallet. Should pop off nice and easy. Set that on this side. These guys are getting replaced, obviously. So those can go in the garbage. But for now, they can go on the ground. And now, there are 6, they are 14mm heads, but you need to use a 12-point socket on these guys. And I usually, there's a sequence to tighten them, so it's like A, B, C, D, E, F. So I usually loosen it somewhat in that sequence. It doesn't necessarily matter, but you don't want to warp the head, so go ahead and try to loosen it in some sort of sequence. So I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time. Let's put this motor up so it makes it easier on me. There's gonna be some oil draining, I'm sure. You guys still see this? Nope. Okay, let me reposition this camera. So I'm gonna go top one, loosen a little bit. Wow, that is tight. I've actually broke a bolt off in a block before, it's no fun. Let's hope this one don't break. Let's close this big door up here. I'm so sorry about that background noise, guys. Hopefully you can still hear me. So, this one down here. Alright, come on, don't break off on me. It's been a minute since this one's been taken apart. Okay, we can just rattle these off with an impact now that they're all loose. Makes it a little bit faster. All these head bolts are the same, so you can take them out. It doesn't matter in which order they go, I believe. I know some of them on some Subaru motors have seals on the washers, but these ones don't. Correct? Correct. I rebuilt the EJ20G once, a JDM STI turbo motor, and I had some washers on the bolts. So we got ready to pop this head off now. Like that, there we go. So these head gaskets weren't leaking, but they're probably on the verge of leaking. I already had the motor out of the car. It's only another hour worth of work and a couple $100, $200 or $300 to get these head gaskets replaced. So might as well do that. So that side's done. Now we can go to the other side. So I'm gonna tilt the motor up, and there's gonna be a lot of oil draining out, and water. Okay, I'm gonna move that head, even though it's probably gonna get rebuilt. Let's put this guy to the side. So guys, this side is identical. Pull the inner cover off, pull the valve cover off. 6 head bolts, pop that off. So I'm just gonna run a time lapse through this on this side because it's the same. So guys, that is the process of removing the cylinder heads from the motor. The next step is to bring the heads in to get the gasket surfaces machine, so we have a nice new clean surface that will never leak again. And also we gotta wait for all the parts to come in the mail. I ordered everything from Subaru Parts Warehouse, I believe it's called. It's a lot cheaper than going to the dealer for sure, so if you want to save some money, sacrifice some time, go online to Subaru Parts Warehouse and order all your stuff there. So I will pick this video back up when I get the heads back and I get all the parts in the mail.